Say something.
1, 2, 3. No.
Okay, that's good. I just need to make sure that the desktop audio is picking up.
Okay. Hooray.
All right. Now I go here. Okay, we are live. That's cool.
Yay, live.
Get comfortable in the chair.
Time to get comfy.
Yep.
Alright. I should probably start doing the hey, watch us thing.
Yeah.
Especially if we might get other nerdy guests.
You can't say nothing yet.
I know. That's all I'm like, I should do the thing, so maybe a thing can happen.
It's very mysterious. A thing for a thing.
Yes. Got it. There we go. I did the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Do a better thing.
I don't have any yarn needles in here. Of course I don't. Give me a second.
Sure. Share to a group. Share to a group. No. Am I not in the girls? Is it not a group?
Okay.
Geek grills. There we go. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I'm slowly getting everything together.
That's
I
fine.
was also very confused because Facebook was taking me to a totally different Geek Grills. I'm like, hey, we don't have Lady in Mandalorian helmet.
Uh-oh. Somebody, guess we'll have to look and see what that's about.
Yeah, it might have just been a Facebook hiccup. It likes to do that occasionally.
It's true.
Posty thingamajiggy. Create a post. Can I create a post? Apparently I couldn't just do a thing, which would have been easier. Okay. I think those two people are us, so I don't feel too bad. Alright. Post. And once you're posted, I'm gonna go.
I have received a Facebook notification. How
But I just
topical.
posted!
Hooray!
Other local geeky groups, and I'm not sure if I need to, like. I don't want to push too hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always like, what are the rules for that kind of stuff?
For self-promotion, I don't know. I think just
like
don't be annoying about it.
I accidentally, I posted in one of my friend's Discord groups because he has a self-promotion channel. I posted it, and I didn't know that he, at the exact same time, was also doing like a Marble Madness stream, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Not notice. Okay.
It's topical.
He's topical.
Yes.
Alright, let's get going on this. All these windows. I thought having two monitors would make this easier. Instead, I still just have like a bajillion tabs between two monitors.
You can't find the one that's playing that damn song.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to episode 232 of Geek Grills. The Geek Grills podcast is supported primarily by our patrons at www.patreon.com/grills. I'm Ray, and I am joined by my co-host Linda.
Hello.
Ember is not here, but we have our fingers crossed for her,
Yes.
as she is doing America's Next Top Podcast.
Yep.
Podcaster.
Podcaster.
Thank you. I promise I had coffee. But today's topic, we're going to be talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This is our spoiler episode. So please, if you haven't watched it yet, watch it. No, definitely watch it, or don't care about spoilers for this episode.
Yes, I actually am in the second category. I'm still... I don't want to say burned out on Marvel, but I kind of... It's so big now that I don't have enough monkey space for it, and that's just... It's gonna be how it goes, so I don't mind being spoiled. I will be saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, along with the rest of you, so don't worry about me.
All right, excellent. Well, good, because you're here anyway. I've locked the doors.
Yes.
No. I'm inside the house. Not your house.
Not my house.
All right, well, before we get into spoiler territory, what have you been up to, Linda?
Well, I finished a couple of octopuses. I got their eyes on them, so more cute little octopi. Well, actually, I learned recently that octopuses is the right plural. Octopi is not the correct plural. I don't know why, but that is something I learned recently. And if you'll give me almost 2 seconds.
One,
two. There we go. I'm finishing up this little hedgehog. Well, it's not little. It's a big hedgehog.
Oh my gosh, cute!
Yeah, he's big and fluffy. I've used the big fluffy yarn. So I'm finishing up his...
I want to hug him.
Yes. He's super squishable. I'm just finishing up his little face here, which is what I was doing. Why I appear to be sewing, very grandiosely as I'm just finishing up his face. This week I did start packing up my office. We still have a month before we have to move out, but all of my pictures are off the wall. My shelves are empty. The next thing I'm gonna tackle is the breakable stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's just like 5 boxes over on this side where nobody can see. Just lots of boxes.
As somebody who did we did the 1 month overlap when we moved into this place, 7 years ago. It was great because we were able to move everything little by little. So like every day I would take like a few boxes of something and drop it off. And by the time it was actual moving day, we just needed help with like the big furniture stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, the stuff in my office, most of it is going to be put out because I've got a space that's big enough for craft room / office, so that stuff can just get moved over. But a lot of things we're deciding what needs to be stored because since we're combining households, I don't need my kitchen stuff. I don't need the furniture. So we're in that process of figuring out, okay, this box, you can label it where it's going or label it but also put on their basement because that's where we're storing a vast majority of our stuff.
Yeah.
But it'll only be for a year, so it'll be fine. We actually went over to my mother-in-law's house to do some furniture moving and to mow the lawn. So I took apart a desk and then I moved more mattresses than I was expecting to move, which since the original count was I was expecting to move 0. Yeah.
Yep, no, I've had that happen.
I moved, I think, three mattresses and bed frames and shuffling, but it's fine. It's all in the name of getting things organized and getting our space set up, so we
Mhm.
have our own kind of separate spaces. So, because that's important.
Very important.
um, but that's basically been me. I haven't even packed for MomoCon yet, but we'll get there. Uh, so, what about you?
Yeah, so we're officially done with the house hunting game.
Mm,
Last weekend was our final attempt. We saw one. It was supposed to be like we were supposed to go, but they changed it to an open house, so they canceled our appointment. And it was cute. It was really nice, but it was it was just too small still.
yeah,
Like we we would have had to give up the living room to make it a studio, and then we're like, well, where would we put the couch and the TV? I'm like, I guess we could put it in one of the bedrooms, and bedrooms are smaller than the bedrooms we have now, and we're already busting this place.
yeah,
So it was like, oh gosh, I was hoping because they had storage areas out back, and I was like, well, maybe, but no, because we need actual more living space than just storage. So
yeah. Well, are
yes,
you packing it in for the year? You gonna try again next year?
packing for the year. Scott is really pushing for trying to build. So, well, I told him he could take point on that. Uh,
That's that's a lot of work, man.
he, he's like, I think it'll be cheaper. I'm like, I don't know if it's cheaper. It's building. It's traditionally not cheaper than buying, but
Yeah.
we'll
It might
see.
it might start off cheaper, but once you like start getting all the stuff that you want,
Yeah, it's all built on. I mean, it's per square footage that you want, and we would want minimal a 1,500 square foot house. That's a chunk of money.
yeah.
So, aw.
Yeah, sorry.
Um,
I put up the hedgehog and I'm now
yeah.
scrunching it. It's so good.
But yeah, so we're done. I emailed my realtor. I was like, thank you. I think we're done for
Hmm.
this year. We might try again next year. It's also like the timing for our when our lease is up. We have to do this during the best time to be a seller and the worst time to be a buyer season.
Yeah.
So that's extra fun.
Hmm.
But we also we I also went to Ren Fair, which was delightful. I wasn't expecting to go this year, and my friend was like, "Go with me." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I guess I will." It was super nice. Uh, One of my other friends brought her little 3-year-old daughter, and it was adorable. It was the first time I've actually like got to spend time with her because it was like born right before the pandemic, so
Yeah.
it was cute. She was like apparently liked my face paint enough because it was Viking weekend, so I did the blue face paint. She liked it enough that when she got home that day, she took one of her markers and did her own face paint. So I was sent a picture of it with the caption, "Congratulations, you're officially a bad influence."
Oops.
I was delighted.
Ah, whoopsie doodles.
It's fine. Let's see. We also I also watched the Chippendale movie, which not terrible, not great, but it's free on Disney Plus, so it's worth that.
Yeah, fair.
It's like it's getting a lot of comparison to Roger Rabbit. I don't think that's deserved. Um, but there are a lot of animation, like Easter egg jokes, which I enjoyed. It
Hmm.
wasn't just Disney Easter eggs. Like I was literally like, oh my god, that's Stan Marsh from freaking South Park. Excuse me. And that's Butthead from Beavis and Butthead. Like, what the heck? How did you get these different IPs? Like, is it supposed to be the Coca Cola polar bear? Because to me, it looks a lot like the Coca Cola polar bear. You're not going to tell me otherwise. It's probably not. But in my head, That's the Coca-Cola polar bear.
I mean, they have a lot of money. They could probably be like, "We're here. Here's a couple $1 million. We're gonna borrow this."
That's plot. I don't know. I didn't see Gadget in any of the previews, so the fact that she was in it at all made me happy. But more Gadget.
Mhm.
Like this didn't have to be a Rescue Rangers movie. There was nothing really making it specifically Rescue Rangers. I guess they just were like, "Oh, we've been teasing this IP long enough. We should probably do something with it."
Yeah.
Is kind of what it felt like. Because there wasn't anything really Rescue Ranger. Like I would have enjoyed more of the others of Monterey Jack and Gadget and Zipper. Zipper does get to speak, which is weird but cool. Also, I swear I feel like he has more lines than Gadget. Annoying. Probably not, but I hope not. But it felt like that.
I do kind of. I mean, it kind of feels like this is like the story of them after the fact. It's like they're the actors. You're following the actors, not the Rescue Rangers.
Right. So like this world that this movie takes place in, there is no like I guess like animation is like different races, but like they all live together. And there's like Muppets as well, and clay animation, and like computer generated. So there's all kinds of different animation. They all live in this world, so everything that you see that's animated is actually live action. Like those are still actors.
Mm-hmm.
So like the voice actors, no, it's actual like 2D animated actors or whatnot.
Yeah.
So it it's it does some things. It's fun overall. It's fun. I will say that. So it's I'd probably give it like a high C, low B. I
Fair.
wouldn't pay money for it, but it was on Disney Plus for free, so
Hooray!
I already have Disney Plus. And the only other thing I've watched is a lot more of the original Iron Chef because I love it. It's so cheesy, and I love that.
It's so
I love
goofy.
I love like ridiculous, over the top cheesiness, and just the, the grandiose aura of that whole show, like the early '90s Japanese with the bad English dubbing over. It makes me happy.
It's
And as
batting.
soon as it comes
It's dubbing and subbing. There's dubs and subs in it together.
Well, because they changed it midway, but the chairman used to always be subtitled, but early on they dubbed over everything, so he was dubbed,
Mhm.
and they decided to leave him subbed later on, which is good. But I was gonna say something, I got distracted off track. Dang
Sorry,
it!
sorry.
Oh well, it's fine. I enjoyed.
Grandiose.
Oh yeah, the overtop grandiose. I love that level of cheese. Basically, is I guess what I'm getting down to, which is a great way into talking about the multiverse of madness.
Great segue. Great segue.
It was cheesy. Like apparently that was one of the things that people either loved or hated about it was the over the top cheesiness of it. So I enjoyed it because there's so apparently there were some issues with the original director left. So San Raimi came in to take over, and there was a YouTuber. I forgot which one. I watched a bunch of them to remind myself of like stuff I wanted to talk about. But they mentioned maybe that was because they dropped out because this isn't really a Doctor Strange movie. It's Doctor Strange, but he's there. But honestly, it's a Wanda movie.
Yeah.
So
So
they
it
just
should it they had to I guess I know this. The first spoiler is that Wanda's the bad guy.
yeah.
But instead they can't call it, the Scarlet Witch in the Multiverse of Madness because she's the bad guy, so they have to do, the good guy, Doctor Strange.
I mean, they also I think they'd already had Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I don't know how on rails Marvel is. Like I know some of it is very much on rails, but I'm not sure about some of the stuff. But I know that they had to do a second Doctor Strange movie, and I personally think Marvel still doesn't think female-led movies do well. Uh,
Mhm.
but you know, that's just my issue in general. But anyway, Multiverse of Madness, very cheesy. Sam Raimi takes over as the director, so he just like just goes all in. Like there are so much Sam Raimi references, and I love the Evil Dead movies and Army of Darkness. So I was having a blast. None of that bothered me. It definitely made it feel like the first horror movie within the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, it's
And I was,
definitely horror tinged, I've been told. There's gore and
I
things
mean,
like that.
it's PG-13, so it's not too terrible. But
No.
yeah, no, for Marvel, this is the spookiest it's gotten. So, which is perfect for Sam Raimi. So, the Evil Dead movies are a delight, a horror delight. Like they're not overly gory, but they are definitely like they set up like shaky cam and that weird awkward like walking that you get from the Ring, the girl
Hmm.
Samara coming out of the TV and stuff. So like there are definite things that he and like there's this whole eyeball sequence that I close my eyes for, but I got to see bits of it later. I have an eye thing. It wigs me out. So I had to close my eyes during the eye fight. I should probably talk about the plot. So
I mean, it's whatever.
let me bring things in. So the movie starts with America Chavez, who we've never seen before. Also, I don't read much of the comics. Like my husband's in charge of reading all the Marvel comics. I read the DC comics, and by DC I mean I read Catwoman and occasionally whatever else catches my fancy. Uh, so I don't really know much outside of the the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, about these characters. But anyway, American Chavez shows up with with Stephen Strange, and they're being chased by a demon in some weird space looking for a Book of Vishanti. And Strange is killed, and Chavez accidentally creates a portal that transports her and Strange's corpse to Earth 616, which we have definite it is declared in the movie officially that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is Earth 616, which is apparently also the designation that they give the comic books,
Hmm.
which I thought was weird, but cool. But I always thought the Marvel Cinematic Universe was its own, would have been something like 616A or something, but
Yeah.
whatever. It's fine. So anyway, they go to our universe, and our version of Strange like rescue Chavez from this octopus eye demon that also does like the wall climbing thing from that Doc Ock does
Hmm.
because Sam Raimi also did the Spider-Man movies. Well, the Sony ones, the old ones. But anyway, and then with the help of the Sorcerer Supreme Wong, they defeat the demon. And he does have to like initially nobody sees the demon. We don't know what's going on, and then like Strange has to do a spell, which is kind of red tinge, and like the tinges of the spells kind of give you an idea of what he's doing. So like, apparently red is like chaos magic. So that's how he's able to do that, and then he's able to see the demon. So that's good. Then Chavez is like, oh gosh, these things are hunting me because I'm able to travel through the multiverse, and I guess they maybe want my power. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. But uh, yeah, and she has a little pride pin, so it's nice to know across universes certain symbols are consistent. Then we have so apparently Strange is like, hey, wait, those runes that were on that octopus thing I just defeated, those are witchcraft runes. So he's like, I will go to the witch I know, Wanda Maximoff, to ask her about this. So in WandaVision, which apparently Sam Raimi didn't even see till after he was done directing this movie, so I guess it's not really something you need to watch before. But if you, I would recommend it. But anyway, uh,
Hmm.
Strange was supposed to be in the last episode of WandaVision, but because of COVID things, that didn't happen. So this is them officially meeting on screen, but apparently he knows about her. Whatever, that's fine. So he talks to Wanda, and he's all like, "Hey, I need your help to figure out who's summoning demons to go after this person I'm trying to protect." And she's like, "Oh, I will totally help you stop whoever is coming after America Chavez." Wait a minute, I didn't say her name.
Oh no. Dun dun dun.
Uh, So yeah, she has acquired the Darkhold during the course of WandaVision, is becoming the Scarlet Witch, and she is trying to get a hold of America Chavez so she can have interdimensional travel to find and have her boys back. And also, she wants it because when she just wants the power. She wants all of the power. That way, if anything happens to her boy, she can always go to another dimension and get whatever is needed to help them. So, like, God forbid little Tommy gets sick. Oh, well, let me just go to this other dimension where they have the cure for whatever this is and give it to him. Everything will be well forever. Yay.
World's best mom.
Yep,
Multiverse's best mom.
yep. So, Strange is all like, um, shit, and no. And refuses to give up America. So Maximoff then decides, is like, well, I'm coming for her whether you want it or not, and since you know you're in charge of her, I bet she's at Comitage. So I'm gonna come there and I'm gonna take her, and you should just let me in, otherwise I'm gonna kill everybody. And Strange's like, no, you cannot breach our defenses. There are so many awesome, strong sorcerers. Wahaha. And there's an awesome wizard fight. Uh, where it's literally like she's just Wanda comes in like a cloud of darkness. It's beautiful. Like the visuals in this movie are great. Like they're just mwah. Also, the music is Danny Elfman, so I was gonna
Ooh.
enjoy myself no matter what.
Well, I have to, I guess, listen to the soundtrack at least.
It's so good. It's really good. I will get into more about why it's so good. But yeah, so she just like comes in and you see this cloud of darkness, and you're like, up to this point, it hasn't really felt too horror. This is where it starts to get a little horror-y, which is great. And she basically she's letting loose this like very kind of sloppy barrage, and then she actually is going down to one of the sorcerers. He's like kind of looks like he's not really 100% there. He's not fully invested in this fight, and she just like whispers ever so softly in his ear, "Run."
Oh.
And he freaks out and runs away, and he breaks his concentration and flips out and breaks the other people around him's concentration, which causes the shields to go down, and Wanda gets in, and boom, 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 Marvel fight scene happened. It's actually really cool. Like, I enjoyed these fight scenes better than I enjoyed the majority of Endgame. So, just, again, it's a much more horror esque, so it just kind of gets with. I enjoy it more. I'm sorry. Uh, So yeah, so kills a bunch of sorcerers. Chavez accidentally transports herself and Strange to Earth 838. And Maximoff is just like, there's a really cool fight scene where it's like she gets trapped in the mirror dimension by Doctor Strange while he's trying to like buy time, and she realizes that's the mirror dimension, and she's able to still access our dimension through reflections. So like there's a reflection on the gong that she's able to, like, you see her eye like as she's watching, she's starting to manifest out, and there's like the reflection in the water, and it's really cool and creepy. When she does finally come out, she does that really disjointed broken like crawl out. Oh god, I love it. It's good. But anyway, yeah, as then Chavez freaks out and transports them to another one. Um, Meanwhile, Wanda decides to try and use the Darkhold to dreamwalk, take control of, and to find out where they went, and to basically get to get them. And it turns out 8318 Earth, excuse me, 838, her you can when you dreamwalk, you only hop into different versions of yourself. So that version is actually one that's very similar to her WandaVision life, where she's just having a happy suburban life with Billy and Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
We do not see Vision, which is a little weird. Whatever. Apparently, he wasn't as important as her boys. So so she is able to like get inside that version of Wanda for a bit, and then she's deciding while she's there, she's in the right dimension now. So now she's gonna find and get a hold of America again, so she can get her power, and this could become a permanent thing. So, let's see. Surviving sorcerer sacrificed herself to the dark. What? Okay, yeah. Anyway, one is upset and she gets mad. Oh yeah, one of the sorcerers sacrifices herself to destroy the Darkhold while Wanda is in her dreamwalk state, which is literally her meditating
Mm-hmm.
while she's connected to the other world. Which also the dreamwalking state is kind of interesting because it means that every time you dream in this universe, you're you're just connecting with alternate versions of yourself. So every dream is real. It's just real in another universe, which personally I find comforting and terrifying. But
This is just fair.
so Wanda gets all upset because now she's lost her ability to dreamwalk, and she basically threatens to kill more people if Wong doesn't like get her a new Darkhold. And Wong's like, "Oh gosh, I can't get you a new one, but it's fine because this mountain is a forbidden ancient temple that is where the Darkhold was written from. It has all the secrets. Just go there." She's like, "I will, but you're gonna come with me." So that's what's happening to Wanda. And back in Earth 838, um, we have an awesome cameo by, oh my god, I just forgot his name. How can I forget his name? Campbell. Bruce Campbell. Campbell's my maiden name, and I was very frustrated that I forgot it for even a second. And all I could think of was Bill Campbell. And I'm like, no, right initial, wrong name. All right. So anyway, that we have a brief cameo with Bruce Campbell, who always has to be in every Sam Raimi thing, and I love it. Also was that was also in the Spider Mans. He's selling pizza balls. On a pizza ball, like he's just a street vendor. He's nobody special. He's selling pizza balls. And then Strange does a little spell. Like, I guess he annoys Strange, or Strange just wanted to be like abusive with his power, and he forces him to keep punching himself in the face for like 3 weeks. Bruce Campbell punch himself in the face is a callback to Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, and Evil Hand issues happen. Yes, that's right. Angel did not start the Evil Hand thing. I love it. Okay, seriously. I'm really excited. I really did enjoy this movie. I was surprised with how many people did not, and a little sad. Like there are issues. There's always issues with every Marvel movie, but personally, I really enjoyed it. So anyway,
there's always going to be a dissonance when there's a tone departure.
Yeah, and it's definitely a big tonal shift.
I mean, like, you know my feelings on how when they shifted Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. You know, like and I have
we talked about it because I loved Ragnarok, and you were just like,
and the funny thing is I've watched other Taika Waititi stuff because he did Thor Ragnarok, and I find it adorable and and like delightful, and it's just that one just bothered me. I can't explain why.
But yeah, so apparently, while they're wandering around, you see a big statue of 838's version of Doctor Strange, because apparently he was killed during their fight with Thanos. And then they're apprehended by the 838 Sorcerer Supreme, Carl Mordo, who was the villain of the first Doctor Strange movie.
Yes.
And he is brought before the Illuminati, which for the comic people is a very like a big deal. I kind of didn't get it, and I was happy that I missed the spoiler preview for this. So I got to be pleasantly surprised that the Illuminati is Mordo, Peggy Carter from the As If, where we only see her anime, but now we see her in
what what
full.
what if?
The What If, yes,
Not
thank
not
you.
as if as if.
What If, one of those.
One of those.
Um, uh, Blackadder, Baltagon. I don't really know them. Marla Rambeau, who we did see like from Captain America, not Captain America, Miss Marvel, excuse
Mm-hmm.
me, Captain Marvel, excuse me, Reed Richards, and Charles Xavier.
Hooray!
Like the music, the fucking theme music from the '90s animated series starts, and I lost it. Like, and you just see that yellow wheelchair. And it's not even like the wheelchair; it's the hover chair. And
Yeah.
he's in the green suit. He looks exactly like the animated like '90s. I lost it. I so obnoxiously loud. Other people in the theater were excited about Reed Richards because apparently having Jim from The Office play him was like a fan favorite casting. Whatever, I didn't care. Freaking Charles Xavier, I cared. But then they're all like, oh, our Strange used the Darkhold to destroy Thanos. So once that was done, we had uh, our guy kill him because he was too dangerous. So we don't have a Darkhold, so we don't know what she's gonna be doing here. And Strange's like, well, they're here for America. They're gonna take her. And he's like, well, we're the Illuminati and we're awesome, so that's not gonna work. And Strange's like, yeah, but you're dumbasses. This is totally. He's just gonna annihilate all of you. And they're like, no, 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 we're superheroes. We run this universe. Our name is the Illuminati. Like she can't defeat us. So then, of course, Wanda shows up, and there is much death and destruction in her wake. Um, as she is apparently, during this time, she has made it to the mountain and realized that these demons actually all bow to her, that we're protecting the mountain because she was always supposed to be here because this is her power, because she is the Scarlet Witch, the Chaos Mage, all that jazz.
Yep.
So she sits down, meditates, and dreamwalks back into that Wanda's version with all of her power and takes on the Illuminati. So everybody except for Xavier and Mordo go off to try and stop Wanda. And then like Strange has like a little fight with Mordo because of course you have to have lots of fights. Um, and then Christine, who was Doctor Strange's girlfriend in the first one, and it didn't work out. She apparently is working with the Illuminati scientists, and she is there, and she is trying. She has Chavez in a containment field to keep her safe, and is also the one to be like, "Oh, you're Universe 616 because I have mapped a bunch of different universes because I'm awesome." So there's an epic fight where Wanda just it. This is where also, if you're not into horror, you might not enjoy this as much. But this is just Wanda showing the Illuminati they're nothing special. So the one guy is Black Bolt that she fights, who apparently like the resonance of his voice. I forget he was in some show that I didn't watch of the MCU. But apparently his voice just like causes harm and disintegration. Just he can kill you with his voice by speaking to you. So he killed their version of Doctor Strange by going, "I'm sorry," and just the vibration vibrated him apart into molecules and killed him. So like Reed Richards is all like, "Wanda, you can't possibly defeat us. We are the Illuminati, and also Black Bolt here could just destroy you with his voice, like by issuing a word." And she's all like, saying a word from his mouth, and she's just like, "What mouth?" God, she's so good.
Yeah.
By the way, like, my God, she's fantastic. So you go pan back to Bolt, and he has no mouth, which is super creepy. And he's already, like, you can tell that he has already said a word when she did this. So the vibrations have nowhere to go but explode out of his head.
Yikes.
And then, like, Reed is all like, well, ow, well, it's my turn to fight. So he goes after her with his stretchy powers, and she just unravels him like spaghetti. Like, he literally just is unraveled into ribbons. Like, smartest man alive, you say, right? No, no.
Not in this universe.
Not in that universe, I
Yeah.
hope. And then it's time for Peggy. So she throws her shield. She does the I can do this all day. And then Wanda throws the shield back at her and cuts her in half. And then Captain Marvel is like, I got this. And like punch, punch, fight, fight. And Wanda collapses a statue on top of her. Which also seems kind of like a BS way to go, since I think Miss Marvel is supposed, or Captain Marvel, I'm sorry. Miss Marvel is also coming out soon. I'm also excited about that. But Captain Marvel is supposed to be like one of the strongest beings, and she just is stopped by a statue. Okay. So anyway, that's all going on, and then we suddenly like cut to what's going on inside Wanda's head, because Xavier, Professor freaking X, is inside her head trying to get to her, to try and get to like the actual Wanda of the 838 universe.
Mm-hmm.
If he can get to that Wanda, maybe he can like they can break the spell and kick this other Wanda back into her own dimension. So he is there, and it's great, and he's walking because it's mind space, and you can do that. And he finds like his version of Wanda, and she's buried. It's like a callback to WandaVision, where you see like her past, where she's like buried under rubble, and there's the spark. Anyway, it's great. It's very dramatic, and as he's reaching for her, you see that cloud of red cloud come in again as our terrifying Wanda monster comes in and grabs him and just snaps his neck. And just like, and the next thing is you just see Xavier just like thunk in the real world. And like, and that's it. Only the Mordo guy, and they have a fight, and I don't really care. That wasn't very cool. Basically, Wanda is a terrifying force of nature.
Yeah.
So while Wanda is done with Xavier, she's going to fight Mordor and get the rest. I think Strange had stopped fighting him or managed to get away. Met up with Chavez and Christine. And they're all running through the corridor. And it's, again, very, like, spooky, scary, don't look back, oh god, don't fall down, keep running kind of thing. It does feel a little long, which is weird. But let's see. I'm having to like check back. I'm on the last paragraph of the movie. I'm having to check back because it's very jumbly in my head. So takes Strange, Chavez, Palmer enter space between the universe to find the Book of Shanti, which is like the anti-Darkhold. So you got to have the pure Book of Light to fight the pure Book of Evil.
Yeah.
Maximoff appears and just destroys the Book of Light, because who cares? Jin gets inside America's head. He uses powers to send others to Incursion Destroyed Universe. Strange defeats the Destroyed Universe's Strange, who has been corrupted by the Darkhold. Okay, yeah, so we're in another universe now. And like this is where our Strange meets up with this other new universe Strange, who everybody who watched the What If thinks it might be that creepy What If Strange, but it's maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But this one's been corrupted by the Darkhold because he used the Darkhold and Black Bolt didn't kill him. So this is also where we have Strange vs. Strange music battle fight, which is the one thing I was like, Linda, you should watch this. You would enjoy this. Like literally at one point, like he sends notes and like, and the music is like, was it the Bald Mountain
the Fantasia.
Oh yeah, Night on Bald Mountain.
I am bound now. Yes, it's very much that. It's very very dramatic, but he like literally sends music bolts, and like the other Strange uses a scale, like the lines of the scale to actually like stop the notes and hold them into place, which I thought was kind of cool.
It's neat.
It was a really cool fight. It was one of the few fights I was like, ooh, okay, not one of the few, but one of the ones that didn't involve Wanda.
Yeah.
Honestly, Wanda was MVP. Like, Elizabeth Olsen just really carried this movie. So they have their wizard fight on fight. Um, and then Strange is able to defeat him and get a hold of this Darkhold. So then Strange saves Chavez from Wanda as she tries to take Chavez's power. Again, okay. So back,
this is where he corpse walks.
he corpse walks. Yep, because he has to get back to our world because Wanda has grabbed America. She's back in our world and has America like on the table and is siphoning her power. And like previously, early in the movie, when this initially happened with the other Doctor Strange, who is now a corpse, um, that Doctor Strange is all like, "No, I have to take your power in order to defeat her." And this time, Strange is like, "No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to resurrect my corpse." It's not really my corpse, but the Doctor Strange that's currently in my universe. Get inside him, resurrect him, and because I'm bending the laws of nature and metaphysics, I'm going to be attacked by all these other souls that are trying to literally rip me out of this corpse, this zombie that I have made. And I'm going to use the power of magic and whip them into a cape. So I'm like this horrifying deity of destruction and magic. It's beautiful. I need to draw it. Uh, um, and I'm gonna like then go and try and fight like the demons. And Wong is fallen off a cliff at this point, and I'm gonna help my boy Wong because Wong is best. And anybody who says otherwise needs a punch to the head. Uh, so that's going on, and then he's like calls out and he's like, "America, no, this power was always yours. You know, you have to use your power. Everywhere you took us was someplace we had to go in order to make the story progress. I mean, in order to get what was needed to make it to this fight. So you know, and it's like she's inspired. So then she fights back and punches Wanda, and like initially like punches her to hell. And Wanda's just like, ah! It doesn't really do anything. So then America's like, okay, let me punch you again. Like as every time she uses her power, it's this amazing star, like this white star that you like go through. That's how the portal manifests. So it's kind of cool when she punches you and you literally just like crash through a star. Um, Also, there were multiple when they were dimension hopping earlier. There's multiple weirdness because it's a Doctor Strange movie, so you have to have weirdness.
Yeah.
But at one point, they're like manifestations of paint. But anyway, so she punches her again, and this time she is like punches Wanda back into a world where like to 838, where like the kids are, and then like other Wanda is, and it's really creepy. And like the kids freak out because they're literally watching Snow White, and suddenly this crazy red witch is in their house, and she's like, "My children!" And they're like, "We don't know you, crazy lady! Get away from us!" They go and hide behind their mom, and she's like, "No, no, you don't understand. I would never hurt you. I would never hurt anyone." And like everybody in the audience just flashes back to like
yeah.
every dead sorcerer and everybody killed in the Illuminati, and just like, yeah, you kill anybody, Wanda. Like it just gives you just enough time to mentally do that yourself without actually like flash it on the screen, which I appreciate. We can think. And she kind of realizes what a monster she is. So like, other Wanda comes over as like they kind of like have a connection and a talk, and like they'll be safe. Like, I'm their mother. I have them. You need to go away, crazy lady.
Crazy lady.
So Wanda's all like, yeah, I guess I really did kind of mess things up a little bit here. My bad. I'll leave. Thank you. Um, so Wanda goes back to her world, to 616. We're back in the real world, quotes. Uh, and she's like, "Oh God, I can't believe I did this." And the dark hole just made me do more than I would have done. And I'm going to destroy this mountain. The dark hole doesn't exist, but I'm going to destroy this mountain so nobody else can use the magic of this. So by destroying the mountain, somehow she simultaneously destroys all copies of the Darkhold because the Darkhold is connected to the mountain, and she like she is crushed by rubble. I'm
You
whatever.
sus.
I'm very sus, as I am sus about Captain Marvel being dead in 838, being crushed by rubble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's not really crushed by rubble. I doubt. But she's supposedly sacrificed herself. So then Chavez return. Chavez and Strange and Christine all go back to their respective proper universes. And then later, you see Steven, and he's going to Comitage. And Chavez is there. America Chavez is there, and she's learning how to be a sorcerer now in his dimension,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of cool. And then, like, there's been this whole thing where Steven refuses to really acknowledge that Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme by bowing. So he finally bows to Wong at the end of the movie. Deserved.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of, like, things that are kind of shown and set up, and then they actually do pay off. And some of it is very, like, I don't give a crap, but I did get very happy when he bowed to Wong. Wong is best boy. And then the mid-credit scene is Strange develops a third eye, probably as a result of using the Darkhold, because Wong is all like, so how do you feel? You know, you use the Darkhold. You feel okay? He's like, yeah, I feel fine. Why wouldn't I feel fine? Suddenly a third eye manifests. He has the worst migraine ever.
Oops.
Yeah. After that, you have the later credit scene is Strange is approached by a sorceress who is Cleo, who is Damaramu's niece, and from the dark dimension. This is stuff from people who read the comics. I don't know that. And she's like, "We need your help. You've caused two universes are colliding together, inversion, conversion, whatever they call it. It's a bad thing. You have to fix it because magic, and you did this." So like, okay, and his third eye opens. And he's totally okay with it now. So I guess had some time to adjust to a third eye. And then at the very, very end, we have Bruce Campbell, and he's just exhausted. His pizza balls are melted. And his hand is still punching him, and then it stops. He just mugs for the camera. He goes, "It's over."
Of course.
I love that man, and that was it. That was the weirdness of the multiverse of madness. So overall, I liked it. If it sounded like a chaotic mess, it kind of is.
Yeah. Well, multiverse of madness.
I mean, it kind of tells you what you're getting into, right?
Yeah.
So
it doesn't. It's just like, this is what you signed up for.
We're weird. We're gonna make it weird. We're not gonna make it as trippy weird as the first one, but we're letting Sam Raimi direct this, so we told him he could do whatever he wanted, and he wanted to do a horror movie, so you're getting really terrifying Wanda, which is awesome.
I'll probably watch it when it streams.
Like I said, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it far more than others. There are other people who, like I said, they didn't like the corniness. A couple people didn't like that Wanda had to be the villain, but I felt like that was always kind of built up.
Yeah, like
I felt like that was deserved.
I've seen parts of WandaVision now, and her descent is kind of mapped out.
I guess if you didn't watch WandaVision, it's just the movies, you might be a little bit more like, well, that happened quickly. But if you watch WandaVision, it's like, no, no, we thought she got better, but it's a lot of grief and stuff going on. So
She did not get better.
she, it's like your friend after. It's like, yeah, I'm fine, and you find no, they're not fine. So that was it.
So we hope you've liked this walkthrough of Multiverse.
Sorry, I just kind of.
It's okay. We said it was a spoiler episode. That's the whole movie.
Pretty much the whole movie with me goobing out about certain things, because also, yeah.
Well, now I have to go look up the music fight. I just have to. So
yes, so good.
I'll look that up. it's probably what I imagine a bard fight looks like. Like D&D bards. Just bring.
Pretty much. Also, I should watch it again because I was trying to tell Matthew how much you would enjoy this fight and not focusing on the fight. And if you have opinions or you just want to chime in, you can email us at geekgrills@gmail.com, or you can tweet us at geekgrills about your opinions on the Multiverse of Madness. So, Linda, what are you anticipating right now? As if I don't know.
MomoCon. I shall be going to the MomoCon from Thursday to Sunday this coming weekend. It's I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I think I have everything that I can. If anyone is going to be in Atlanta for MomoCon, you can come meet me, I guess. I'll be in Artist Alley at booth 715. So
you can see all of her awesome things, and
yeah,
they're very huggable and squishable critters.
Yes, see them in person.
Yes, and see the octopus and the hedgehogs.
Hug them and squish them.
And also the nerdy versions too.
Yes, but yeah, that's basically all I can think about right now. What about you?
I am going on a road trip. One of my friends is retiring and is also becoming a knight. In a LARP, not going to England night. But I am going to be visiting them and at least 3 other friends along the way, which is great. Like, I've mapped out the best way to, like, okay, these are the people I know who are along this area and this area, so let me see if they're available, and I can have, like, little mini breaks on my long road trip and see people that I don't get to see that often. I'm super psyched, and one of these people I have not seen since the 90s.
Wow.
So, it'll be it's been a long time. Or like friends as teenagers, so this will be a good time to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, folks, you can always come and watch us record live at twitch.tv/geekgrills on most Monday evenings. The next one will be on May 30th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be doing our book club episode for The Alchemist.
I need to finish. I need to finish that.
I'm actually going to put it on my list to listen to.
In the car. Good idea.
My 9 to 10 hour road trip. So, also, in addition to the subs and bits that we get on Twitch, we are supportive of our amazing patrons. You're the greatest girlfriends on the internet, and you can sub to us for free. Excuse me, I skipped a line. You're the greatest girlfriends on the internet, and you can become a patron at www.patreon.com/grills. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can sub to us for free every month on Twitch.
And we have a new patron. Yes, it's on the planning page. I can't I can't click on it because I will mess up our camera.
New patron.
Yeah, there's a new patron. I think their name is on there somewhere. Thank you to our new patron. We're gonna try and find your name.
I'm I'm looking right now in our notes section.
We're so good at this.
We are professionals. Oh, good lord. Here goes next up. Okay, we're chatting. I'm sorry, I'm looking. I really am. Major edits. Do you guys think the new page? Barry!
Barry!
I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Barry, for becoming a patron.
Really do appreciate it. I am so sorry about that.
It's okay. We're professionals. Okay. And another way to show your support is by leaving us a review. You can do so on any of your podcast catchers. You can check out what topics we're going to do in the next month on our schedule below on our Twitch page. And if you're a patron, you can always suggest a topic for us. We'd love to hear your ideas. We will do them.
Please. Give us suggestions. All right. And where can I find you on the interwebs, Linda?
You can find me on Instagram under the name madcap_misc. That's MISC. You can check out my website at madcapm.com.
Right. You want to do Ember?
Sure. Ember can be reached at 9 of 12 on Twitter and Twitch. Oh, that's the old one. What is her... What is her new... She has a website now. It's very fancy.
Fudge. Let me pull that up. I'm so sorry.
It's cool.
I did not update it in the template. Was my bad.
I think it's 9of12.com. We're professionals. We're finding it out.
That's the name of this episode. We're professionals.
We're professionals. Either that or Mom of the Multiverse.
Mom of the Multiverse. I don't know. I'm kind of pushing for we're professionals. We're show notes. Yes, that's what I need. I gotta scroll forever to get to the 200s. Okay, last one was Rosalind Franklin, and that one probably has it updated properly on here.
I do believe it does.
Yes, you can find Ember and her other projects listed at 9of12.com. NINE of 12.com.
Hooray! I was correct.
You are correct.
What about you, Ray?
You can find me on Instagram under Dapple Dame. I've given up on Twitch. It's a really random thing now, so don't worry about it. All right, well, thank you for listening, everybody. GG. Good game.
We're professionals.